Ces vieux jeux de teen, je serai accompagné... Ah bah non. Salut.
Speedrunning. Well, I speedran two things. I speedran The Adventures of Mr. Bobley, which is irrelevant to this discussion. I also speedran Salamander County Public Television, which is a game that I made. And it got me thinking.
Ah mais il speedrun son propre jeu, c'est énorme en vrai.
You make are bad, terrible games. And I've made a lot more than 10 games before I made Salamander County Public Television. And if that game warrants being on here, then surely the games I made before it do. So let's take a look at time allotted.
Après si tu veux venir Anen, n'hésite pas. Je sais que t'es fort en jeu comme ça là. Ouais.
So let's just go ahead and get started with the first game I ever made.
Ah, et on va commencer par Hardvarkoid, évidemment. Bon, c'est pas celui que j'ai le plus travaillé pour le commentaire, mais bon, c'est pas grave, comme ça sera fait. C'est un arcanoïde en fait, donc c'est un casse-brique. Petite musique d'ascenseur, c'est pas mal.
Issue 10 came with a copy of The Games Factory, which have you ever heard of a thing called Click and Play? It is essentially the same thing.
Aïe aïe aïe. Attaque de Dogo.
Later became Fusion and then Click Team Fusion, which you may have heard of. That's actually what Five Nights at Freddy's was made in. And now the developers of the engine basically just serve to develop and publish Five Nights at Freddy's games. They barely work with the engine at all anymore. But Games Factory on Retro Gamer issue 10, I was entranced by it, and I made their little demo template game, which is not very good. As you can see, the paddle moves up and down as well as left and right, which is a bit weird. We actually beat the first level, which is surprising. We're gonna go ahead and just straight up move on, because I didn't even expect to do that. Because the next game uses the same template. It's called Ball Hitter. This time
Excusez-moi, il a entendu que Anen voulait pas venir et il a pété un plomb quoi, c'est normal mais... Merde, j'ai cliqué sur le mauvais truc. Wow, j'ai recliqué sur le mauvais truc.
Next up.
D'accord.
Still using the same template. Hey, what if the bricks in Arkanoid flew around?
Ah là c'est la... D'accord. Il faut envoyer les briques sur la balle en fait, sur la bille. Ah non, tu peux aussi taper dans la bille. En vrai, j'aime bien l'idée d'aller un peu à contre-courant en fait, vous voyez, du principe originel. Moi j'aime bien l'idée. Je suis pour le chaos et... Font, il a recommencé 20 fois, non? C'est trop bizarre. Alors que vous voyez, c'est pas une spider. Il a eu le meilleur score, putain. Ah, on va jouer à Alien Hunt maintenant. D'accord, c'est... Ah mais la musique elle vient de là ou... Ah oui, d'accord.
We have 100% completed Alien Hunt. We're flying through these. We're going to continue flying through these for a bit. Here is no name yet. Start the game. There is no gameplay in this game. We have 100% completed no name yet. By the way, the background music I'm playing, it's just the entire soundtrack of Salamander County.
J'ai rien compris ce qui se passait.
We could get some music that doesn't fit the game at all. That could be fun. Next up is a game called Carble. So Scootabits Games was like...
Allez, on va jouer à Scootabus. Ah non, c'est le nom du studio.
When I was 9. This game has instructions. An experiment gone wrong leaves only the heroes of Carbol Incorporated to destroy the creatures of the experiment.
Alors une expérience a mal tourné, il reste que le héros de Carbol Inc. pour détruire les créatures de cette expérimentation, cette expérience.
So we're gonna go ahead and play Carbol here. This game has multiple levels and it has the first sound effect I ever included in a video game, which you just heard.
Ok.
I hear it again. This game has lives, but they are broken. You have infinite lives. It just resets the game. And we have.
Pourquoi on fait ça déjà?
So that's Carbol.
Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un qui est payé là?
That's Springo. That was a 200% run of Springo, by the way. Here is a new game called Ping Pong.
Oui, non, je vois, mais.
If you didn't see the title the first time,
Mais c'est marrant quoi. Enfin, je.
big red bold letters. And we've 100%ed Ping Pong. A lot of these games I just started and never finished, never did much of anything with. This next game, we're gonna turn the music down because this game has dialogue that I recorded in the year of 2006. I was 10 years old.
Donc là, il y a des dialogues dans ce jeu qui ont été enregistrés en 2006.
Three times, the game just crashes, so don't do that. What we want to do is we want to talk to this guy here.
Hello, I am Mr. Rollabody Scientist here at in the warehouse. Hi, I'm Pinky from the Nipers America. I need your help. Everything in my warehouse has gone kaput. The computers, my cars, my boxes, even my shirt. I can help. Well, good. Each room can be various. Example, this room is a shooting room. Other rooms can be rooms like a mazes. I don't know what they're gonna be because I've never been there, but if you can go for all 10 places, well, find an exit and then help me. We are gonna get it done. Don't you think? Are you gonna do it? Yes, I will. Well then, let us do it.
Énorme.
And please
Ah merde, pas fini.
hit the up, left or right arrow to continue.
Alright, I wanted to let that play that out without any commentary so you could hear it all. Alright, so this game is basically like a mini-game compilation. There are 4 rooms here, and it's kind of difficult to navigate through them. Because there are more than 4 rooms, but only 4 of them were actually done. So here's one. This is like a Pac-Man game. You move with the mouse. If you move too quickly, you can actually move through the walls. There is an enemy there, but by getting the star, I have destroyed the enemy. So we've done that. And this is like a Kaboom-esque game. And I missed one, but that's okay. That is all the games in the warehouse game. All the mini games in that. Day game. I'll explain what UPA is in a little bit. Oh, this is very intense music. This is hardcore stunt music. For all the hardcore stunts we're doing right here, we've beaten simple stunts. Next up is
Ah, il y avait pas de jeu?
game that Scudavus
Mince.
Games will present. Another UPA Today Incorporated production. I don't know why I had two companies that are the same thing. This is called A Game.
Donc il avait deux entreprises quand il faisait du développement quand il était petit, mais c'est les mêmes.
Oh, that was bad luck. I did not catch the ball. Lost some time there. But that is A Game. And now we have Honey's Spaceship. So this is the first game where I actually learned how to make my own sprites, because believe it or not, the sprites you've seen so far, not my own. So if you see that little dog there not facing the right way, that's Honey. You'll see more of her in future games. And she sits there, and we're gonna move to the right side of the screen here, because we're actually controlling the spaceship. We're moving with the mouse keys. Everyone's favorite keys, the mouse keys. By mouse keys, I mean arrow keys. Also, you'll notice it says the spacebar shoots. Spacebar does nothing. We just gotta fly to the right side of the screen in this very believable warehouse. Piles lining up exactly. This one doesn't even line up, it has a white mark on the edge of the screen. But that is game 2.
Littéralement
Take
rien.
a bit of a break from these Games Factory games. For I dabbled in other engines, not just the Games Factory. Everything you've seen so far, Games Factory. But now we're going to take a look at a very highly regarded
Moi c'est comme ça que j'ai appris à utiliser Photoshop.
that's just ubiquitous
Il y a des
with game development.
potes qui faisaient un jeu.
I am, of course,
Ils avaient
talking
besoin
about Microsoft PowerPoint. We're gonna play
d'une
a game
maison
called
et d'une maison
UPA
cassée.
game.
Et il fallait qu'ils créent un truc, je sais pas quoi, je me
Time for
souviens
me to
plus très
explain
bien.
what the UPA is. So the
J'avais
UPA
fait une maison
is
sur
short
Paint
for
et c'était
United
pas
Heads
bon.
of America. So basically,
J'avais
I
craqué
watched the
Photoshop à ce
presidential
moment-là.
inauguration in 2005 when I was a kid, and I was fascinated by it. And I had a bunch of stuffed animals. So I was thinking, why
Alors,
not make
click
a
on the
country
dog.
for my stuffed
Donc il faut cliquer
animals?
sur le chien
Thus, I created,
pour les instructions ou cliquer sur le pingouin pour jouer.
and this became like a huge multimedia franchise, like huge in relative terms, obviously, but like there were comic books, which is kind of how it started. There was films that I filmed myself, a lot of those actually. They're kind of fun to watch these days. There was books, there was this game, of course, other games as well that we'll see later on, but we're going to go ahead and click the dog for instructions here.
J'avais fait... Moi,
On only things
mon
that
premier jeu,
make
c'est
the
de la merde, mais
use the left mouse button to click.
je crois
The
qu'il
most important
y avait un Sokoban. C'était sur le site du zéro, je crois.
has procedurally generated music you can add.
Où il t'apprenait les premières
This game uses that a lot.
les premières conditions, les trucs comme ça.
Alright. So
Je sais même plus en quel langage c'était.
next to Honey's house, presumably.
Non, je suis pas dev moi, au passage, mais c'était un Sokoban avec Mario, je crois.
Go ahead and take the stairs.
Mais enfin, même si c'était pas mon jeu,
So here's Honey's house.
à la fin, quand le truc il marchait, je me disais putain, mais c'est vraiment moi qui ai fait ça quoi. Bon, c'est pas vraiment toi. Enfin, si, c'est toi en fait. Parce que même si tu corriges le code, au final.
Alright. So we're in Honey's house. Honey lives in a void, a white patterned void that has nothing
Ça
but
compte
telephone.
quand même. Oui. Mais c'était en C, je crois, je me souviens, c'était en C.
Most info on the goat stealer information we have so far.
Oh no.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça?
And the evil fishy, officially.
Oh non, c'est le méchant.
Anyway, I am here telling you that I am now taking over the UPA. Ha! Take that, Boggin!
Fishy, no.
I am now
Toboggan's the president of the UPA, by the way.
UPA about my change, so I will now start to take over. Ha 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 ha! That's why I have a party hat and balloons. Ha 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 ha!
Thank you, Fishy. So we gotta stop Fishy.
What are we ever going to do to stop that evil fishy officially free?
Donc le chien dit mais comment on va faire pour arrêter ce fichier qui est débile, qui est démoniaque.
clip art I could find for laptop was. It's UPA trivia time.
Oh, c'est le moment des trivia. Ah là là, il y a pas Naël. Allez, on va y arriver.
Played Salamander County. You might know this question already. Who gets into the tornado? Is it Pengy, Honey, Norm, Toboggan, Fishy, Toboggan, Sun, Brownie, Mikowski, Mrs. Racer, Brussels, Sheep, Scrub, Superdog, or Laura? So this
Superdog
took it verbatim and stuck it in Salamander County in one of the trivia collusion questions. The answer, of course, is Honey, but we're gonna pick the wrong answer because we want to see all the slides here. Nope, sorry. We'll try again. It's Honey.
Hello, people of the UPA. I am Toboggan, the president of the UPA. Congratulations on getting the tornado question right. I guess you've read the UPA comic number 2 before.
Oh, we've all read that comic.
Putain, j'ai tellement envie de voir le Muse Old Games au prochain Interglitch là. Oh là 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 là. Ou même juste une diffusion privée, je sais pas, putain, je tuerais pour ça quoi. J'espère que t'as enregistré des voix et tout, des dialogues comme lui. Et même les Annens Old Games là, aïe aïe aïe, le régal. Attends, mais il a dit que c'était Oni et il a cliqué toboggan et c'était bon. Ah, terrible. Ouais, pareil, putain, Nenzoras, dès qu'il y a moyen de se fuir, lui... Salaud. En tout cas, il est très productif, ce petit monsieur. Enfin, à l'époque, il l'était.
Oh man, we must help this very distraught penguin find the keys, which maybe they're next to this car.
Mais où sont les clés? Ah, peut-être que... C'est pas du tout trop grosse la clé.
Alright, so now there is gonna be another object next to this car that wasn't there before but is there now. What is this, some sort of ocean thing?
Congratulations! You just got the teleportation potion!
As you do, we found a teleportation potion. Why we found this, what this has to do with the story, don't ask me. But we should probably use it.
Donc on a eu la potion de téléportation.
I guess we should probably click to listen. Oh god.
I'm Fishy, and are you wondering where you are? You're in my dungeon.
Ah non, on se retrouve dans le donjon de Fishy.
Potion that you got. Well, do I have to really say what it was? It was a trap.
Ah, c'est un piège.
The way out is a secret exit where I'm not telling you where it is.
J'arrive pas à savoir s'il fait exprès.
Fishy definitely likes to yell and scream quite loudly.
Je sais pas s'il a fait exprès de tousser ou pas, ça me tue. Et je le saurais jamais, putain.
Gray part of the screen here. Let's click that. Ah, we're at a puzzle.
What? You found the secret exit? Next time you come in, it'll be at a different place. Well, I guess you would. So, there are 4 doors for houses. Go to the right one, and you'll get out of my dungeon. Go to the wrong one, and I won't tell you what happens, but something will happen.
Fishy, please.
No, I did not choke that time.
Well, at least you didn't choke that time. That is something. So there are 4 doors here. We want to pick the right one, except to see all the slides, we want to pick the wrong one. So I'm going to pick one of the wrong ones. Oh no, we've been gotten. But there's a suspiciously link-shaped link here. What if we click that? There's another one. What? And now we're here. If we had clicked the right house, we would have gone straight to here. I don't actually remember which house is the right one, but anyhow. I remember which one's the wrong one. Let's look at this envelope.
Bark! Come over to my house.
Well, I guess we will come over to your house. This is Caramel, by the way. We can't enter through the main door. We have to enter through the garage. That's okay. Oh no!
Welcome back. I'm Fishy, if you forgot. Because I now rule the ABA. You are my slave.
Oh no!
You must do everything I tell you to do. It's nice food. I hate nice food. They sometimes slip out of my mouth. If you do not obey my evil commands, you will be sent to the guillotine.
Tout de guillotine, wow.
If you're wondering where Caramel is, well, she's in her house getting her belongings. But now that I think about it, we should stay here. I like it here. Follow me! Ha 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 ha!
Bonk.
Wait, you mean your shopping center doesn't sell guillotines? But everyone, I thought all of them had that. Alright, so we're in this room. There's this phone here. You should probably check this out.
Help! Help! Caramel, are you there? This is an emergency, please! Someone answer the phone! May it interest you that I am being captured by Fishy's sidekick?
Mr. Racer, by the way.
I might be exaggerating here, but Fish is only letting me have one phone call. Please, someone answer the phone! Help! Someone answer! If you would like to continue your call, please deposit 25 cents.
Alright, well, let's continue the call.
Thanks for answering the phone. I owe you a lot. Now, I need you to go to...
C'est la fois que je suis kidnappé. Peut-être que vous seriez intéressé.
Lost connection with Mr. Racer. That's okay though. Let's talk to Fishy.
Well, what do you know? Great job, Fish. I knew you could count on you. And now I also know why I bought you those wheels so you could move around. Yeah,
Fish is a fish with wheels on it.
really well. You're welcome, Fish. Now let's make these all my slave. All right.
Oh no, Bendy's here to save the day. We're actually gonna not answer this so we can see the slide where we lose, which is this slide. We get to try again. You have to be careful clicking here because whenever the slide changes, it takes like half a second for you to get control of the mouse.
Alors pour ceux qui arrivent en cours, c'est un dev qui nous montre tous les jeux qu'il a fait depuis... enfin, voilà, les anciens jeux qu'il a fait, et là c'est un jeu de 2006 a priori. Il était un jeune enfant qui apprenait à coder des trucs.
So we've done it. We answered a math question, and that flipped the switch that made Fishy fall down the trapdoor. And now Fishy is trapped forever, and all of his slaves have been freed. So that is the UPA game.
Franchement, c'est très cool ce petit UPA game. Hein.
Let the music fade out. It takes like 10 seconds for it to go away.
Non mais le jeu est sur PowerPoint.
Thank you, custom soundtracks in PowerPoint 97. Very fun feature, by the way. I love just going through all the little extras that came with the Microsoft.
J'ai pas compris moi. Le jeu tourne sur PowerPoint. What the fuck?
Anyhow, it is time to return to the games factory.
Le jeu c'est un point PPT quoi, c'est un truc de ouf en vrai. Putain mais il apprenait pas du tout à coder en fait. Il a repris toutes les assets qu'il a un jour utilisés dans sa vie pour les mettre dans un jeu quoi. Le génie. En vrai, ça fait très bien pour un point and click, mais c'est abusé à quel point c'était bien, ouais.
Next up is UPA racing. So now I finally figured out like how to make a full game out of sprites that I've made myself.
Ah, la UPA Racing.
That's why it looks a lot worse now. But it also means I can make the sprites be whatever I want and not just whatever 100 or so sprites I have access to from the games factory itself.
Là, je sais plus quand au début du marathon, enfin plutôt dans le marathon, on disait que il y avait même de l'e-sport sur Excel. Qu'il y avait un championnat du monde Excel.
And here's another the UPA game. So this is a adaptation of the UPA movie. It's a video game adaptation of the movie that I made.
Donc c'est un jeu adapté du film. L'univers étendu est incroyable.
You might recognize them from Taco Tom 2. They're in that game. They originally were a UPA character. Oh wait, hold on. You need to turn the music off for this one.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Alright, so the goal here is to complete a lap. In Racing Prototype, we are these circles. It is very hard to not hit the wall. If you hit a wall, you will lose all your speed. It's almost impossible to beat the AI, but if you hit the AI, it'll go backwards the rest of the lap. This music, I wrote and composed it myself. I had a little,
Il a composé la musique lui-même.
or my dad had a fancy keyboard that had a floppy disk drive, and you can record your songs on it and save them as MIDI files. So that's what I did there. So I've actually done 2 laps of Racing Prototype for you. We'll hear more of that song later. And by later, I mean right now.
Pinball Mania UPA Edition. Oh, ça a l'air fou.
For the title of this game, Pinball Mania UPA Edition. So this is like a pinball game. Only thing you can do here is you can move the ball around. The flipper there, completely non-functional. You only control the ball. And this is all you can do. So we have played
Bah, c'était sympa.
Pinball Mania.
Pinball Mania, c'était pas mal en vrai. Un peu court, mais bon.
Have you ever heard of a game called Super Mario Brothers?
Alors, est-ce que vous avez déjà entendu parler de Super Mario Bros?
This is Super Mario. So what you do is you get to jump around here. He just completely does not move after you jump. And if you jump off the screen, he just respawns in the corner there. And that works on both sides. And that is Super Mario.
Voilà.
And this is the UPA Olympics.
Ah, les Jeux Olympiques.
Epee does not work, but we do have the 100-meter dash.
Ah, je connais lui.
Play as Sonic the Hedgehog, honorary member of the UPA. We've completed the UPA Olympics. There will be a UPA Winter Olympics, don't worry.
Ah, il y aura quand même les Jeux Olympiques d'hiver.
Next up is UPA Smash Clash. So this is my attempt at like making a Super Smash Brothers-esque game. Didn't really finish this one, so we can't really like hit anyone. I'm just Sputnik here, only character. So the goal here is to just 5 of these stages were made. So the goal here is just to fall off on each of these stages. Got a moving car. If you touch the car, it goes faster. I just took the cloud from one of the stages and made it its own stage. And the last stage is Grogan's point. Bonus points if we can fall over the point. You might notice the controls here, not very good. There we go. Alright, this UPA Smash Clash. That's not the only version of that game we'll see today. I made several other versions of it, trying to improve it. Alright, the next game is called Sim Santa 2. And you might be asking yourself, Sim Santa 2? Where is Sim Santa 1? And the answer is there was a Sim Santa 1, but it is unfortunately lost to media now. At some point when copying files across from an old computer to a new one, that game didn't get copied. So it's gone now. It no longer exists. But I do have 3 sound effects that survive from it, and I have prepared a video showcasing those 3 sound effects.
Thank you, Santa Claus! Ugh.
Ah, il avait 11 ans. Très bien.
And now we can play some Santa 2.
Parce qu'en gros, il a fait un jeu qui s'appelait Sim Santa, mais le jeu a été perdu dans les limbes. Il a retrouvé que 3 sound effects. Et ça, c'est Sim Santa 2.
More specifically, I think my dad did. This is a 100% run. So the goal is to win and also lose in all 3 ways, which is why I'm doing nothing here.
I'm late delivering my presents. The children will all be so sad.
Because the first way to lose is to run out of time.
Have a good trip, Santa Claus.
I'm late delivering
Also,
my presents.
time is broken. It doesn't reset across runs.
So
So
sad.
if you run out of time once, you will run out of time at the very beginning of every subsequent run. You actually have to quit out and launch it again.
Have a good trip, Santa Claus.
Allez.
Let's go ahead and try to win this time. So the goal here...
Aïe, aïe, il a raté un... Non, c'est bon.
It's okay that we missed the purple one. You have to get all the orange ones, but the purple ones give you time.
Thank you, Santa Claus.
Delivered all my presents on schedule. The children will all be so happy.
So we've won. And also, the game is broken even if you don't get all the orange houses. If you hit, there's like a portal there that kind of spawns momentarily. You'll still win. But there are 2 more ways to lose. Here's the first
Oh
way.
no! My sleigh is off course.
Have a good trip, Santa Claus.
And the second.
Oof! I ran into a house that didn't believe in me.
Is to run into a house that didn't believe in you.
Quoi?
So that's Sim Santa 2.
Ah, c'était vraiment bien,
By the
Sim
way, that's
Santa.
my
Hein.
dad saying ho 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 Merry Christmas. Next up, it's a game called John the Game. So my best friend in elementary school made a comic book series called John, and I made a video game adaptation of it.
Donc il avait un
Here are the
un copain
instructions. I'm not gonna read all of
à
these,
l'école
but
qui
there are
avait
a lot
fait
of them.
une
Go
BD.
ahead and start the game.
Lui, il en a fait un jeu.
This game has 3 songs, all of which I performed myself on the fancy keyboard with the floppy disk drive. So we want to avoid these blocks here. We also want to collect these J coins, J for John. They work as health. Each time you hit a block, you lose 500 points. I have soft locked the game. Amazing. I got stuck in between these 2.
Il a clippé dans la
So we
texture.
have to restart. That's okay. So you don't actually need to collect all the coins. So I'm going to skip some.
Ça me fume qu'il y ait les plateformes de la même couleur que
I'm not gonna get tricked again.
le marquage au sol.
Yeah, so we have plenty of coins now. We can take like 12 hits if we want. We've reached the boss. It's this thing.
Ouh, il y a le
We've got
boss.
6 power switches. We have to touch them all, and then we'll turn off the boss. And then we move on to level 2.
Ah,
We're
niveau
playing
2.
this character, and we are sledding down a ski slope. Goal here is to collect 30 coins, and then we will be able to unlock the next level. So I'm actually just going to stay put here, and we'll get 19 coins that way. Move over to the right side, and with any luck we'll get 30. do get 30, so we can go over there, touch that block that spawns and kind of glitches out, and move on to level 3. Do not mind the invisible wall that I just hit. So we are now in this spherical car, driving around.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça?
Back for your ears to enjoy. So we need to collect, I think, 25 of these little people. We need to collect enough people so that number on the top left is 5 or less. That is the goal. And then once we do that, we go back to the middle. And that invisible wall that I hit will no longer be visible.
Il faut récupérer des petits bonhommes, sinon
we need to collect.
Ça marche pas.
There will also be someone blocking our way.
Petit frère Jacques là.
Alright, we need one more. There it is. Alright, now we go back to the middle, and we gotta watch out for this guy who's gonna shoot a bunch of blocks. And now we can hit that. Hit the potion, and we've beaten the demo. So that is John the game. I was proud of that game at the time. That was like probably the best game I had made up to that point. At least the game I put the most effort into. Next up, back to UPA Smash Clash
Wow.
Beta 1.
La première bêta.
Version was an alpha. Anyhow, here's the character select screen. Don't mind that one of the characters just falls off the character select screen. There's only one stage here, and this is the stage, so we just fall off with both characters. Lightning is controlled by the mouse, the Dark Penguin controlled by the keyboard. That is UPA Smash Clash Beta 1. And this game's called Invisi. The idea is you're supposed to navigate an invisible maze. However, this game has the same issue as the warehouse game. If you move fast enough, you can just glitch through the walls and touch the goal here. There we go. Nothing for actually doing it. There's also only one level, and it's level 9. This next game was the first game I made in multimedia function, so the next step up from the Games Factory. It's called Cotton Pocket Grab. This is like an inside joke from when I was in middle school. We're now in like 2009, I think. I took like we had like a food elective class, and we went to a grocery store in a field trip, and we found out that Hot Pockets, one of the ingredients in them, is like sort of like cotton. So I made this Photoshop of Hot Pockets having a cotton crust, and then I made this game where you're putting no eat stickers on Cotton Pockets because they're bad. And once we put 20 no eat stickers on the Cotton Pockets, I will call this game done because it has no end. It's Food Week in Salamander County Public Television. Jeffrey is eating that cotton crust. Next up is shoot the green things. We're gonna shoot the green things. We shot the green things. I actually made that game for a project in science class. I made like a little PowerPoint presentation on how to make a Games Factory game, and that was the game I made in the example. Next up is Sim Santa.
Quoi?
Now you're probably confused right now.
Ah oui? On est confus.
But Sim Santa doesn't exist. Well, this version does. This is Sim Santa 2, but I removed the 2 because I wanted to send it to people who hadn't played Sim Santa 1. This is the exact same game as Sim Santa 2, except if you click on Sim Santa, it has a hidden Arkanoid game.
Très bien. C'est exactement le même jeu que Sim Santa 2, sauf que ils voulaient l'envoyer aux personnes qui n'avaient pas joué à Sim Santa. Et en plus, si on appuie sur le titre, ça lance ce jeu caché. Oh.
Alright. Here's the UPA Winter Olympics. I had a font that was like Olympic symbols, I no longer have that font, so now it's just Wingdings for whatever reason. We can only move
Premier
around
easter
here
egg, j'avoue,
for
putain.
sheep, but Honey has skied down the ski slope. And she has now fallen off the world, and that is the UPA Winter Pet Olympics. We're going to take another quick break from the Games Factory. Because for some godforsaken reason, I made an Atari 2600 game in 2010. This is called Normberry Hunt.
C'est un jeu Atari donc.
We're Norm here, we're the purple creature, and we are collecting these blue cherries, which are Normberries. And we gotta collect 50 of them. And they just spawn in a random place, and we gotta move around and get to them. So yeah, at some point I just found like a program that lets you make Atari 2600 games, and I just did it. You can also sort of glitch through the wall here. On the other side.
Il a lui-même trouvé qu'on pouvait glitcher dans le mur, énorme.
By the way, if there are any retro achievement devs watching, and you would like to make retro achievements for this game, feel free. I would not mind at all. Alright, one to go. And here is our reward. Picture of Norm. She has one ear longer than the other because she's based on an actual stuffed animal I had. A promotional stuffed animal that came with the game Creatures 2. She's a Norn. And I had her when I was like 3 or so. And I like chewing on one of her ears. So one of her ears is much shorter than the other because I chewed on it a lot when I was like 3. I tried chewing on her other ear a little bit. I didn't like that ear. I did not like that ear as much as the other one, so I never really ate that one. Here's the other Atari 2600 game I've made. This is called Fishy Mach 2. We're Honey at the bottom, and we're shooting Fishy Mach 2 up top. You're supposed to move around and attack it, but if you just stay put in the bottom, that's much more efficient. This game has no end, so we'll just skip to 50 points and call it a day there. The Norm jump scared you, I'm sorry. Alright, that is Fishy Mach 2. And now we return to the Games Factory.
Oh.
This was the first game I ever put on a website for people to download.
Ça c'était le premier jeu accessible sur internet qu'on pouvait télécharger.
Geometry teacher. This game is called Taco Salad PC. You could argue it is the first precursor to Taco Tom. So this is the first game. It's called Meat. The goal is to collect as much meat as possible from the meat dispenser in the sky. We have power-ups that spawn when the meat hits the sun or a cloud. They move in a completely random direction, so it's complete luck whether you'll get them or not. I did get 100 points though. For speedrun purposes, the cloud is going to spawn an X. You immediately lose if you get the X, so we hope that the X will spawn in a direction that we can get it. I don't think it did, unfortunately. Oh, it did, okay. We lose, and that's good. There are 2 more games in this. First is called Sour Cream. Goal here is to avoid hitting the sour cream, but we're gonna intentionally hit it for speedrun purposes. By the way, this is January 2011 now, so I would have been 14 when I made this.
Donc c'était en 2011, il avait 14 ans.
40 sour creams left. They spawn a lot more quickly. You also notice they don't spawn randomly in the clouds. You can very clearly see where they're being generated.
Il y a le jeu de Popcorn de CPT. Bah c'est possible qu'il y ait pas mal de trucs qui les repris. Par contre, il a un problème avec les casse-briques. Il y a une espèce d'obstination, d'obsession. La musique. Ah,
We've completed packages. So that is Taco Salad PC. One more thing I want to show you with this game super quickly. It's this question mark. Update 1.1 coming soon. Update 1.1 never came out. But remember when I said I put that game on a website for people to download? Well, I forgot to include a DLL file with it, so I made this troubleshooting program that includes the DLL file. So when you run this, it installs the DLL file, and you can then play Taco Salad PC on your computer. I think like 20 people downloaded that game, by the way.
20 téléchargements quand même.
Here's UPA Smash Clash Beta 2. By the way, speaking of Taco Salad, do you think I should put that on Steam? And if so, how much should I charge for it? So this game,
Oh là 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 là. Ce qu'il lui met.
Finally have the ability to actually fight the other character. The Dark Penguin has this gun type thing. We can shoot Sputnik 100 times, and Sputnik can just hit the Dark Penguin 100 times. Just moving the mouse back and forth really quickly. $1, $5. Alright, we've done it. Keep that in mind. However, this was not the end for Taco Salad PC. I wanted to make in 2013 an Xbox Live indie game. If you're familiar with those, basically anyone can make a game using the XNA, I think, and the Games Factory, or more specifically at this point Multimedia Fusion, had an XNA export module. So I wanted to make a game and put it on that. And this is also, hold on just a second here, this is the one and only game we'll be playing today that's in 16:9. So I gotta switch a scene over real quick. I wanted this to be an Xbox Live indie game, and I was working on it, but I showed it to my dad and he said it was bad, so I lost motivation. And in retrospect, I think he was right, as you'll see. This game used to be creamed for the majority of its development. Then I looked that up on Google Images and decided maybe I should change the name. Let's start with level potato here. Oh look, it's the sour cream minigame from Taco Salad PC. So the goal here, to get the high score, again, we're just going to try and hit all the sour cream that we can. So how much would you have paid for this on the Xbox Live Marketplace in 2013? Would you have paid the 80 Microsoft points I would have charged for it? Okay, before you make the jump, we haven't even seen level Taco and level Impossible yet. The music is just some royalty-free music I found on some royalty-free site, same with the background that spins around.
J'ai joué à pire sur le Indie Store. Ouais, c'est vrai, après, est-ce que quelque part ça pousse pas un petit peu à se remettre en question, tu vois? En vrai, j'ai pas d'avis là-dessus, mais je me dis que c'est difficile de... Ça doit être dur de dire à son enfant que c'est pas très bien, quoi. Et après, enfin, ouais, je sais pas. C'est mieux qu'un Humber qui passe demain.
So here's level Taco. We now have an orange background, different music, and more sour cream to avoid.
C'est ça, non?
Sorry to break it to you, level Impossible does not do that. It is technically possible.
Oh non, c'est sûr, c'est... Mais je comprends le point de vue d'un parent qui se dit tu vas vouloir vendre ça à des gens. Enfin, Encore plus il y a 10-15 ans. Je peux comprendre qu'ils se disent... Déjà qu'ils soient, entre guillemets, ouverts à ce que... ils fassent de ça plus que juste une passion. Peut-être, je me rends pas compte, mais peut-être qu'il y a 10 ans, c'était déjà un truc de ouf, quoi. Je me rends pas compte. King Under the Mountain, ouais.
And that is avoid the sour cream, aka creamed. And this next game, well, it's not really a game, it's just a program I made and for some reason exported. It's called Snow Globe. Let's run that again. It's completely broken, and I love it for how broken it is. The globe just completely breaks. Just wanted to show that off. So now we're in 2013, and I found out about this website called Glorious Trainwrecks, where they used to do this thing called Click of the Month, where every month you'd have 2 hours to make a game in Click and Play. And this was the first game I made in that. So we've reached the point where I'm no longer using these assets like... Unironically, I'm using them ironically now. It's because that was like the Click and Play aesthetic. Also, if you've been paying attention and have seen UPA Smash Clash, you might notice this looks kind of similar. This is basically what UPA Smash Clash turned into. And this guy thinks it's sweet. We've won with both characters, so we can move on.
Imaginez les séquences d'infiltration d'un jeu de golf en vrai.
I'm not going to play all of them here, but I will play this one, Halloween Bounce House. This one, the goal is to avoid these guys. And when you hit one, they'll all start bouncing around. I have the game at 5% volume, by the way. It is extremely loud, normally. But we got, what is that, 26 million? That's pretty good.
J'ai rien compris ce qu'il fallait faire dans le jeu. Je croyais qu'il fallait esquiver les sorcières, mais pas du tout, apparemment. Je connais cette musique. Je sais pas que c'était un truc gratuit, ça. Everyday Stacker, et pas Slacker, rien à voir.
This is another one of those best games I made at the time. This is probably the first game I made that you could call competent. We're gonna do an original game here. This was actually originally based on a Click of the Month game I played called Click and Stacker. The goal here is we have 20 objects and we want to stack them as high as possible.
Très Slacker, c'est moi.
I don't remember, unfortunately. I think the songs in this game were all from Incompetech, Kevin McLeod. I think that's how you pronounce his name. So we got some money here. I made all these object sprites myself. We got a book.
Il a fait tous les sprites. C'est fou en vrai.
We can, but we gotta be careful. I don't like the Oh, if I put the chessboard down, it's gonna break. Let's do it.
Par contre, ça rebondit fort.
Present's even worse.
Non.
Frankly, I do not want this pizza on the stack. Do you have a floppy disk though?
La disquette.
Objects in this game, by the way. One of them is this watermelon.
C'est une pastèque, ça?
It needs to show an ad after every fifth object. It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
On dirait Tricky Tower, c'est vrai, hein?
This was on the Google Play Store for a number of years. It's not on there anymore because they have a bunch of like... You gotta keep updating your app to meet the current rules and regulations, and I could not be bothered to do that.
Mais ça fait beaucoup de sprites quand même là, non?
Can we put this washing machine on top of the stack here?
Oh, comment ça rebondit le truc.
They have settled. Oh, not a good score.
Aïe 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 aïe.
Alright, that's Everyday Stacker. And we're gonna take a look at one more game.
En vrai, celui-là était pas mal, hein. Moi, je serais capable de jouer à ça pendant au moins 2 heures, je pense, hein. Large.
You might have asked yourself, where's Taco Tom 1? Here it is. It's a real game.
Taco Tom.
It's on Android, on the Google Play Store. So we're gonna try here to get 10 points. This is basically just the arcade version.
Huh?
Or the arcade mode from Taco Tom 2, I should say. We're gonna give it a few tries. Not a ton though.
Je comprends pas ce qu'il faut faire.
So we do have one more thing I want to do after this. But there is an actual mode here to get 10 points. That's why I'm trying to do that. And I messed up. One more time. I'll watch the sound. There's an alternate sound effects option, which I added because people said that...
Ok, effectivement, il a mis la max sur les effets sonores, sur les sound effects.
Alright, that was a good stack. And you meat and cheese. There's the cheese, there's the meat.
Ah, faut faire un de chaque couleur à chaque fois, d'accord. Rouge, vert, marron, blanc,
Yeah, that's good.
jaune à chaque fois. Il manque un jaune. Ah. Ah, c'est pas mal en vrai. Oh non.
Missed it. Okay, that's okay. I'm not gonna try again.
Sympa, Taco
One
Tom.
more thing I want to show you.
C'est l'heure du dîner, mais je comprends pas ce que je vois.
So I've taken a look at all the
pas
Games
grave.
Factory games I'm going to show you today. This was not every game I've made, but it was probably most of the games I've made. But I have one more little surprise for you. Heard of this game called WarioWare DIY? Well, when I was a kid, I made a bunch of games in this. I made 36 games in WarioWare DIY, and we're gonna play them. We're gonna do it in shuffle mode, because it plays through all the games in order. We're gonna try to get 36 points here, and hopefully do it in about 4 minutes. Alright, hey, remember this game? I made a WarioWare DIY.
Ouah, c'est WarioWare. C'est quoi le but de Tinsold Game? C'est de montrer différents jeux qu'a dev cette personne depuis son enfance en gros, et voir un peu comment ça a évolué et tout ce qu'il a créé au fur et à mesure quoi. Du coup là il nous présente des bon ceux-là ils commencent à être un peu plus vieux, mais au début il nous montrait des jeux qu'il avait fait en 2006 quand il avait 7 ans c'était je crois. Même faire ça, c'est pas mal en vrai. Hein. Il disait tout à l'heure qu'il avait 14 ans quand il faisait ça. Ah, c'est il y a 10 ans quoi. Tout seul. Il a dev des jeux Warrior... Mais non, mais il a dev un WarioWare-like quoi. C'est pas sorti sur DS quoi, mais ça... T'avais une fonction pour faire tes propres jeux? Ah bon? Ah d'accord, ok, j'avais pas compris. J'écoutais pas, désolé.
This is just WarioWare, yeah. WarioWare DIY. You can make your own games in it. Gotta match the orchestra there. It was a song we sung in middle school choir. Don't remember the name of it.
Il a l'air d'en avoir fait beaucoup quand même, des mini-jeux. L'autre jour, je parlais à une collègue, un truc est arrivé en 98, j'ai mis 2 minutes à tilter qu'elle était pas née.
We defeated the evil fishy. Get the car. Psych is April Fool's. Get the tree.
Ils sont trop mignons les petits vieux dans le chat là. Ah là là.
My favorite game, the one where you make the cars crash. This is one of the worst games. You just touch this and it goes in a completely random direction, and sometimes it just goes off the screen and you cannot win. It's your first loss.
Ça fait partie de l'EHPAD, mais pas du tout. Moi en 2006, j'étais jeune. En 2006, j'avais 14 ans, mais en fait, j'ai le même âge que Tin. Ça marche, Anen, passe une bonne soirée, merci d'être passé en tout cas. C'était un plaisir de te connaître. La French retraite. Quoi, t'es plus jeune que moi, mais pourquoi j'ai l'air vieux, moi? J'ai voulu tarter si fort. J'avoue, l'Xbox 360, c'est pas si vieux que ça.
Got a few more games here and then we'll be done. Here's the second freebie. So that was Norm, the baddest of them all, basically evil version of Norm. Here's the game where it can be any of these options.
Non, elle a pas 10 ans, la 3.6. Plus, non? Non, elle a beaucoup plus. Elle a 20 ans? À 2005 quand même. La PS4 a 10 ans, ça c'est un truc de ouf. Ah, c'était une blague, pardon, j'avoue que le second degré à l'écrit c'est parfois difficile. Donc la PS4 qui a 10 ans, ça fait mal quand même. Oh, c'était cool. Honnêtement, au tout début, j'étais un peu perplexe par cette présentation. Finalement, c'était un voyage intéressant. En fin de compte.
And then of course Salamander County Public Television. And maybe sometime in the future there'll be another game made by me. Who can say? I won't be in the near future though. But eventually. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Seeing all the fun games I made as a kid. This is all I have for you all. So I'll...
Il a pas fait d'autres jeux? Bah si, il a sûrement fait d'autres jeux, mais... La PS5 vient d'avoir 4 ans? What the fuck? J'ai l'impression que c'est encore une nouvelle console qui est pas encore trop accessible parce qu'elle vient de sortir, tu sais, là. Putain, c'est fou. Bon alors, spoiler, je suis un peu allongé comme une merde, mais vous inquiétez pas, je gère, je suis dessus là, je suis sur le dos. Du coup, c'était les vieux jeux de Tin. Cette présence. C'était plutôt cool, hein, finalement, on a passé un bon moment. La suite, c'est Enemy Zero. En catégorie minus easy %, pardon. Et il n'y a pas de commentateur non plus. J'ai regardé celui-là, je crois. Ou pas? Ah non. Minus easy. Non, Enemy Zero. Ça a l'air d'être un jeu. Bon, on verra ce que ça donne. C'est sur PC donc. Pourquoi pas. Ensuite, on a le retour de Nitzel pour Super Amazing Wagon Adventure Turbo. Oui. Et on aura ensuite Kitori qui viendra nous parler de Kinikuneko Super Muscle Cat. Kitori qui participait ce soir à la tondeuse dorée. J'espère pour mes tondeurs sûrs que ça s'est bien passé. J'ai pas vu l'info de qui avait échoué. Mais voilà.
Looks like we're all set up for the next run, so we'll get that underway.
Ti 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 ti.